First off, what makes us think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be that good? He throws sideways. He took 1 million sacks.
Whoa.
And 31 teams bailed. What makes us think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be that good?
He throws sideways.
Throws sideways.
What do you mean throws sideways?
He throws a lot of short passes sideways.
I could put a reel together right now of 20 plays of plus 20 yards down the field.
31 teams passed on him.
Are you telling me that Tom Brady, are you telling me Peyton Manning, are you telling me Phillip Rivers, are you telling me Drew Brees are more athletic than Shedeur? And they got it done. I'm not saying he's going to be any of those guys, but we're talking about just athleticism. Is he accurate? Because I've seen a lot of guys with Canada.
He's not just accurate. He's insanely accurate.
Exactly.
Insanely. Can throw every ball.
31 teams said I don't want him at my quarterback.
I went through
31.
I went through this with
They can't be all wrong.
For literally on air for 6 hours.
They all wrong?
It's not a matter. Okay, define wrong.
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times Challenge.
In a lot of ways, I know he was a 5th round pick, and Lewis didn't like that, and I get it. But I think he got drafted into the right situation because he got drafted by a team that doesn't have a quarterback that's rebuilding. So he's going to have some chances sometime in the course of the year, if he has a good training camp, good exhibition season, to show that he could be the quarterback of the future of that franchise. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, but he and Gabriel, he probably more so, will have a chance, Lewis, by week 18 to tell the Browns and their fans, hey, we finally got our quarterback of the future.
I don't know if he was drafted to the right place simply because of the fact that they drafted a quarterback who was also a rookie 2 rounds ahead of him. So quite honestly, when that happens, that means you had Dylan Gabriel rated higher than Shedeur Sanders for whatever reason that is.
So absolutely. And I said the exact same thing when Shedeur was drafted to the Browns, as many of you did as well. But what we all kept hearing, we kept hearing the word opportunity. And we kept hearing that Shedeur was going to get his opportunity. His time was going to come. And now we fast forward and Shedeur Sanders is throwing to the equipment managers while the other QBs are on the practice field.
Okay, and with that comes more opportunity for the 3rd round guy than the 5th round guy. So when you're talking about expectations, look, for me, if it truly was a level playing field, truly, which it isn't, and there's no way they can make it that way because there isn't enough time, there isn't enough reps, there aren't enough practices. If it truly was, if they said, you get 5, 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 he'd win the job. He's the most talented quarterback, I believe, on that roster.
Yes.
But he's not going to get the opportunity because, number one, politics are going to play a part of it no matter what they say because they drafted. Look, when you have a front office that's sitting there going, hey, dudes, when they're having their personnel meetings, we drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd freaking round. We had a 3rd round grade on him. We drafted Shedeur in the 5th. They're not going to go, hey, you know what? Because Lewis and Doggy and everybody else was talking about the fact that they like Shedeur, we're going to give him more reps than we give Dylan. No, they're not. They're going to set him up for success. And so for me, the expectations are totally contingent upon how many reps does Shedeur get? How many reps does he get in team? How many reps does he get in the games? How many 2-minute situations? How many of those situations that allow a coach to say, hey, look, I have a good feeling for what this guy can bring to the table, and therefore I'm comfortable putting him in? I would venture to say he's going to get very few.
Yeah,
And Louis Riddick is somebody who knows what he's talking about. He's been in those rooms when people were making those decisions and had personal biases that factored into some of those organizational decisions. And so what Louis is basically trying to tell us is that nothing is 100% a meritocracy. And it's not just about winning, at least not on the field.
He throws sideways. He took 1 million sacks.
Whoa.
And 31 teams failed.
First time?
What makes us think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be that good?
He throws sideways.
Throws sideways.
What do you mean throws sideways?
He throws a lot of short passes sideways.
He throws sideways. I'm with Lewis on this one. What the hell are you talking about, Mad Dog? And Mad Dog, notice how he can't even look at Lewis when he's trying to make this argument. He can't even look at Lewis in the eye. I'll tell you what, when they can't find something, they'll make something up.
I could put a reel together right now of 20 plays of plus 20 yards down the field.
31 teams passed on him. 31
Dog.
teams said I don't want him at
look,
my quarterback.
I went through
31.
I went through this with
They
the
can't
guy
be all
Mel
wrong.
for literally on
They all
air
wrong?
for 6 hours.
They all wrong?
It's not a matter. Okay, define wrong. Do you think this was just about his physical skills?
I think that a team, if they thought he was going to be a big-time NFL quarterback, would have taken him. And you guys are wrong.
We don't have enough time to debate.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
But you know what?
You're crazy.
The draft
You're
has
crazy.
spoken, and I said this on
You're
draft
crazy.
night. The draft has spoken, so we're moving on. But if you think that personal biases,
No. No way. What?
I've been in those rooms. I know they do.
They want to win. They want to win.
Yeah,
if
you
the
know what?
Giants thought that Sanders
let me tell you what
was
else
better
they want
than
to do.
Dart,
Let me tell you what else they want to do.
drafted him.
Let me tell you what else they want to do. Teams also want to win their way and with the players that they want.
They obviously feel that Sanders is not that kind of player.
And you know what colors sometimes the players that people want? How they feel about those players personally.
Okay,
right.
here's what we're going to
That's
do.
all.
We're going to take.
And so shout out to Louis Riddick, who, by the way, knows firsthand about personal biasness and politics getting in the way of opportunity. Because Riddick, as many of you already know, is somebody that should already by now be a general manager, have a team of his own. He checks all the boxes, has all the qualifications.
Like, he should have his pick of jobs. And I'm not just saying that because I work with him. I'm not just saying it because I like him. I'm not just saying it because he's a hell of an analyst. He's a good man who clearly knows the game from every level.
He does.
He's done the Rooney Rule interviews,
No, I hired you. I do my affirmative action bit.
but for whatever reason, teams haven't hired him. They've hired guys with less experience, less qualifications, and so it is what it is. And so if anybody knows what it is to have opportunity right there in front of them, but not get the job, Louis Riddick is one of those guys. And so I'm sure Louis Riddick knows, like a lot of us do, experience and qualifications will only get you through the door. But the other door, that's up to the person that's behind it. Whether or not they like you or not, whether or not they like the color of your skin, whether or not they like the texture of your hair, whatever the case may be, they're gonna have their personal bias. And that's just the way it is. And so winning is only half of the equation, as it always has been. I'm sure back in the day during the 60s, some of the people that Alabama would have loved to have some black players on the football team. They looked around the country and they saw other universities, Notre Dame, USC, with a team full of black players dominating, winning. And I'm sure some of those people that Alabama would have loved to have some of those players on their team, but they had a rule in place that says we're not going to have any black players on our team. We're not going to have any black players in the SEC. That's just our rule. We don't care about winning. We want to win our way. And I'm not trying to say that it's 1964, but the sentiment remains. Like I said earlier, winning is only part of the equation. There's winning on the field, and then there's winning off the field. And so there's multiple ways to win. And if you have the option to win your way, 9 times out of 10, a person is going to want to win their way. But those are my thoughts on it anyways. Make sure you guys go ahead and let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section, as y'all usually do. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for me one time. And if you're not new to the channel and you've been enjoying the content so far on this channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me as well. And as usual, peace, chaos.